In today's episode, I dive into who you should be competing against. Check it out now. There's a voice deep inside every dad calling him to lead. Society, vices, inner demons, negative thoughts try to dampen and drown out that voice, but it never goes away. Your wife feels it, your children feel it, and your heart and soul feel it too. It's the voice that starts off as a whisper, but then becomes a calling to be the tip of the spear for your family, a calling to play all out and lead by example for your children, a calling to build a legacy that will go on for generations, a calling to be the warrior dad you were born to be. Dads, our children need us now more than ever to be that beacon of hope, courage, positivity, and strength. It's time to rise as warrior dads together as a brotherhood. If you felt that twinge in your soul, it's time for the Warrior Dad experience. All right, who should we be competing against on a daily basis? And this is so important. Why? Because we're so connected. We see other people's highlights reels out on social media. We see news. We're inundated. We're exposed to more inputs coming our way in 1 year of time than our ancestors 100 years were their entire lifetime. So who should we be competing against on a daily basis? And I thought about this topic because about a week and a half ago, I was in the gym and I was lifting some pretty heavy weight. And a dad that I know came over and he said, "Why do you make us average men look bad?" And I said to him, quite frankly, I'm just looking to get better than I was yesterday. So when we think about who we should be competing against, hey, put away social media. Don't compare yourself to others. You should be competing against the old version of you. Get better than that version of you that was yesterday. Man, isn't that pretty powerful when we can just break it down to that? Hey, who was I yesterday? How do I just get a little bit better? Could be 1% better. If you got 1% better every single day for 365 days straight, 1 year, you know how much better you'd be at the end of that time? You'd be 37 times better. Not 37%, 37 times better. I heard that in The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy. Powerful, powerful thought. 1% better, end of the year, full year, 365 days, you'll be 37 times better. You'd look back at that old version of you, you would have no clue who that person was. So who should you be competing against day in and day out? Yesterday's you, who you were yesterday. Sometimes that's an easy win. Sometimes you have dips. You don't have your best day. Those push through days, right? Sometimes we're just not the best version of ourselves. It's okay. There's no perfect human being. Never was, never will be. You're not the first. You have a dip day, man, you're going to bounce back that next day. You're going to be so much better than you were yesterday. Then the key is day number 2, not day number 1, because that's easy to bounce back from a dip, not being the best version of yourself. The key is the next day, layer on that growth. All right, I kicked butt. I bounced off that dip yesterday. Man, today, how am I going to get just a little bit better in any area? Pick one. Just get a little bit better. Don't overwhelm yourself. And this is where paralysis analysis comes in. And I see many times of a main reason why dads jump into the warrior dad experience is they don't know where to start. They want this growth personally and professionally. They want to crush life in both those areas. They want to be dad of the year, husband of the year. They want to lead their business or lead their sales team or whatever, crush their career. They have all these things. And when you have so many things, they don't move because they don't know where to start. Pick one area, start there. Just get a little bit better in that area today. That's still getting 1% better. That's still being better today than you were yesterday. So on a daily basis, Compete against yourself and compete against that version of you that was yesterday. It's a powerful, powerful way to operate on a daily basis. What does it make it? I talked about this past couple episodes. Simple, easy, almost laughable. Hey, I'm just going to get better than who I was yesterday. Not that North Star ideal that I want to be. Just yesterday. How do I get better than I was yesterday? When we break it down, when we make it that simple, that easy, and you pick one area, everybody can do that. Here's the amazing piece as the dad, leader, tip of the spear for your family. When you do that, guess what happens? You start up leveling, and then you can share those gifts, those strategies, those tools, those tactics with your family, with your kids. You want to give your kids a competitive advantage in life? Ooh, share these things with them. I pour into my boys and share all these things that I'm learning, that I'm applying in my life, that I'm sharing with dads in the experience. Learn, take action, share it with the kiddos. That's the highest level of learning. It's amazing when we do that. You know how much that cements what you're doing into your head when you're going to teach it to your kiddos? Amazingly, amazingly powerful. So who should you be competing against? It's the version of you yesterday. Kick that guy's ass. I appreciate you. Dare to be uncommon. Lovely legacy. Create a legendary day. And I'll talk to you soon.